Hello everyone. So today we will learn about flyweight design pattern. This is one of the structural design patterns which are concerned with how the classes and objects can be composed to form larger structures. So this pattern says to minimize memory usage by sharing as much data as possible between multiple objects. And it is used to create lightweight objects that can be reused rather than creating new objects every time. It can be implemented using a flyweight factory that manages a pool of flyweight objects. So suppose we have this shape interface, okay? So we have shape objects and then we have different shapes which we can consider as the lightweight objects, and then we can reuse these lightweight objects. We can store these shapes in a factory and then we can reuse these lightweight objects for reusing. Okay, we can reuse these lightweight objects. So this is nothing but the flyweight pattern. So we have this one shape for now which is implementing the shape interface. Okay, and then we have this color to identify the circle. Okay, so we just have one attribute for now to make this example simple. And then we are overriding the draw method which is there in the shape interface, and we have just given here drawing the circle with color, with so and so color. Okay, so in this flyweight pattern we will have this one factory kind of which will store all the lightweight instances, and if there are no lightweight instances it will create the lightweight instance. So let us create this factory now. So we will have this we will maintain all these instances, probably suppose in a map we will maintain them. So public static final, let's use a map, and then we will store the string and the shape. Okay, the key would be the string, that would be the color of the shape which we will be storing, and then the shape. Okay, what is the shape that we want to store in this. Okay, I have not given the name, so let us name it circle store. Okay, so we have to import this map and then import java.util.hashmap. Okay, so we have this circle store here in which we will store the color and the shape with which we are like the color with which we are identifying the shape. So if I say a blue circle, then this would be blue and then the shape would be circle. Okay, if I say red, we would have another entry in this map, red, and the shape would be circle. So in that way we will store all the different circles of different colors in this map. And then what we will do is we will have a get circle method in this factory. Okay, so get circle. Instead of get circle, we can also have a common get shape method as well. For now, let us keep it get circle, and we are passing in the color. Now what we will do is we will try to get this circle object from the map. Okay, so we will try this circle store dot get, we will pass in the color. Okay, and then we will downcast this, then we will return the circle. So what if the circle is not present? Okay, so in that case, maybe the first time the circle will not be present. So what we can do is we can check if the circle, if the object is not present, right, we will create the circle. So new circle of the color which the client wants, and then we will add this to the circle store. circle store dot put this color and the circle. And let us have a this out here just to say that we are creating the circle. Okay, creating a circle of color okay, right? So what we are doing here, we are checking first in the cycle in this map if we have this object, if this circle of this color. If it is not there, then we will create it and then we will put it in the map, and then we will return that particular circle object of that color. Okay, so this is the shape factory which we have created. So now let us call this and see how this pattern works. Okay, so we have this client and then we have this main method. So suppose I want a shape, suppose circle 1. So what we can do, we will call the static method of the shape factory. Let's give some color blue, and then let us draw this circle. So this is the first time which we are creating. So the circle would not be present, the object would not be present in the shape factory's map. So it will create the circle first and then we are drawing with that circle. Okay. So now let us see what will happen if we are trying to create another circle of the same color. Okay, so what we will do, we will call our shape factory. We will get the circle again of color blue. So now what should happen? It should not be creating the circle again because we already have that object created. We have it in our map. So it should not be creating the object again. So it should directly draw that circle. Circle to draw. Right? So now let us run this again. Okay, so only once it has created the circle. This second time it is not creating the circle. And then we are drawing the circle. So the first time this circle would be null. So it would go inside this method, this if block, and then it would create the circle. And the second time when we are calling this, what would happen? This, it would get the object here and this circle will not be null, and then we are just returning the circle. We are not going inside and creating another circle of color blue. Okay, so in this way, the lightweight objects we can reuse within Java. So this is the Flyweight pattern. So the best example in Java, you might have already guessed. So it would be the string class, right? So suppose, as you know, strings are immutable. So once you create it, okay. So suppose I have created S1 hello, and now if I create some other string S2 with the same string. So as you know, strings are immutable, and so it will store this hello in the string pool, right? And S2, if we are creating the hello again, will it create a new object? No, right? It will not create. So it will return the reference of these two. And how we can verify that? By the equals to method. Equals to operator. And this will return true, because S1 is referring to the same object and S2 also is referring to the same object. It is not creating again. It is passing the same object wherever it is called, right? And as you know, if we edit S2, then it would create a new object and point to that. It is not editing the S1 object, right? It's the actual object. It is not editing. It would create a new one and then it would pass the reference of that to that string. So one more interesting thing here is, so suppose you have another string S3 which you are creating, okay, and you create a new string object here, okay, with the same string. So now what would happen? Okay, this S1 will not be equal to S3 because it is creating a new object and giving it to us. Okay, we are saying we don't want to use the object which is already there in the pool. We want to create a new string. So this would return false. So let us run this. Okay, as you see, S1 is not equal to S3. Okay, it is returning a new object. So suppose if you want to tell to string, like if I don't want a new object, but then I just want to check if there is already a string hello exists, then return the same string. Okay, instead of creating a new object. So in that situations, you can use intern. Okay, so what it does is, if the pool already contains a string equal to the string object, then it would return. Otherwise, it is newly created and added to the pool. And a reference to this string object is return. Okay, so now if we run this class again, you will see that it has not created a new object even though we have given new string. It has checked whether we already have it, and then if it is there, it has returned that string, or else it would have created and added to the pool again. Okay, so this string class is the best example for this flyweight pattern in Java.
So we can use this pattern to manage large amounts of data in resource intensive applications where there is lot of data handling in the application. And it is well suited for situations and projects where objects with similar characteristics are created frequently. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon to get notified for the next videos. Thanks for watching.